more like Czech.
More
you
Czech,
know?
yeah.
Maybe
Eastern,
yeah,
Eastern
somewhere,
Europe.
yeah, vaguely Eastern.
And we're getting in the game. It is 102 versus Unknown. And off the beginning, we are on Wins. Wins, the guy, Quake 3 player, turned UT ESWC champion, turned Quake 4 ESWC champion, turned Quake 3 TDM champion. It's Wins.
Yes.
And he's doing some machine gun stuff here, and he's going to die. That's pretty good. There you go. Wins is dead. All hope is lost. Zyrinx is there to save the day, though. And this is a map where teams have basically two ways they can decide to play it. Well, three ways they can decide to play it. They can decide either to go for... Okay, well, actually, first, let's just check out this qual for Phoenix. He's going to be looking right now at the next pickup of these big items. There you go. He picks up the Mega. The next LG and the next rail is gone, so now he's just thinking about that red armor, where he should be. And here he goes, coming into onto the red armor spot, missing a lot of shots onto Dettol there. Phoenix needs to check his aim there, as now he's very indecisive of even where he wants to go or what to do. And I'll take this as a time to basically elaborate on like the ways that teams want to like the three ways that teams can play this map. So there's two ways you can play the map. You can either bias the red armor side, and some teams like to do that. But I would posit that the most effective way to play this map, but it's much harder, is to play the Mega side, where you pick up the Mega, the LG, the yellow, and you swoop in onto the rail, because you've got good positioning on that and you have good positioning on quad. But it's much harder. It takes a lot of good team coordination, a lot of perfect timing on the items. Nice little switch to the grenade there from Phoenix. Lovely stuff. And so those are the two ways you can play it. And the third way is like you can see what the other team's doing, and you can either decide we will try to do this better than the other team, and then the game can get quite messy. Or you can just be like, okay, we won't play the way that we wanted to, we'll just settle for the other side and let them have that.
Right.
So you can kind of pick between those three things.
So flexibility, though, is really the key on this map. You need to be able to play all positions.
Exactly. And Tony coming in here with a lot of damage onto Phoenix. He does go down. Caught in 30 seconds, and it's a map where setting up quads early can be a really surprising and somewhat deadly strategy to basically get a lot of frags and control back against the other team. Because those early setups on quad can be very strong. You've got 3 choke points basically to attack from into that quad defensive setup. And here you can see 4 players, the entire team going for 1 choke point. And now 102 know that they're all coming from that side. They can all like arrange themselves to defend it. And look, it's an easy takedown there for the players of 102. What an easy quad defense it was. And you cannot have all your players coming in from 1 choke point. It's just unimaginably bad. And you can see there like such a clean pickup for Tony there from 102. He's gonna like watch himself on these item pickups on these new LG, and look at that, Wins using the corners to wonderful effect, take him down there. So it's quite close at the moment, but I expect that Unknown are going to start pulling things their way right now. I have to expect that. And Zyrinx now trying to be sneaky, not able to attack through from the low area of red to Mega. And it looks like, I'm trying to see what the teams are doing strategy-wise, but it's quite messy at the moment. And Zyrinx going to get shut down. So on to Tony once again. Tony, looks like 102 are trying to play the Mega side. It's something that they have been known for in the past, because they used to be really, really known for like the best timing. They had the best timing of any team and the best coordination of any team back in the day. And by when I say back in the day, I mean like 6 months ago.
Oh, right.
So,
all right. Well, I wasn't around. That's way too long.
this is a different lineup though, so things change dramatically with that. But still, it seems to be the way they're playing it. And Unknown pushing their way onto Mega. Gerpo will pick it up. Quad in 40 seconds. Gerpo here with good timing on the railgun. That's an important pickup for Unknown, and he is just cycling around the back of quad here. I'm not sure about this route really, what it's supposed to achieve, to be honest, but Gup is doing it anyway. And he's just going to be camping out here. And rail's not for another 15-20 seconds, so this isn't a super strong area. There won't be high traffic, and he's got a lot of weapons, a lot of stuff damage he could be outputting. He will find a spawner here though, and that he will be taken down. I don't know how to pronounce this name, and I don't know what is the fake is, if it's a fake, like who he's faking up for. I'm not sure. So I'll just say Ick for the time being, for the sake of it. Icky. Wins with the grenade to the face, and then Pavel with the rail off of 3 HP, and Wins laughing in the chat there, doesn't like that at all, and he does go down. So that's really important from Pavel there, because 1 and 2, they're starting to lose grip on the map, and taking down that quad was absolutely crucial. Great work from Pavel there. And now Pavel applying the pressure. This is why this playing the Mega Slide can be so strong. If you get the rails, you can just duck in for the damage here. And if they try to attack onto you, you have these choke points to defend the LG from. It can be really nice, and always the yellow armors to fall back onto. So it's such a nice spot. But again, you can make the red armor defense work. And look at that, Wins coming in with a great... it's Lexa. Okay.
He managed to save them from getting the rail.
Indeed. Always useful. It's not the Lexa, it's Lexa. Lexa.
I wish it was the Lexer.
Yeah, that's where my Britishness really falters there, because of the R thing. So
Yeah.
like Lexer,
Yeah.
it's Lexa. And it's not, if I say either one, they both sound the same.
Yeah.
Lexa. And Wins here, pushing his way onto this red armor, picks it up. Pavel there, gonna get caught by the rockets of Wins. And as a team, they gun Pavel down. And it's looking like things are starting to get out of hand. It's a 20 frag separation now. Good rockets coming in from Wins. He sets up position on this LG. They need the item time for this. When is it spawning? Mega there in 15 seconds. Railgun's so good on this map. Damn it. And LG. So powerful. And Wins, you see, using this, like falling back to the choke points, he needs to take fights at close range. He's only got the rocket launcher here. He can't be really facing on the long distances if he knows his opponents are there with weapons that hit long range and mid range as well. And there he goes with the rocket launcher, positioning onto quad, finds Pavel around the corner. Good intuition from Wins there as he makes his way into the quad damage room. He needs support here from his team though. He needs support. Where are his teammates? And there's unnamed Tony coming in. And Tony does go down. And one or two players are just flooding in dribs and drabs here. And I mean, that's, you need coordinated effort. Otherwise, why make an effort at all?
Yeah. I mean, clearly that did not pay off for them, that strategy.
And now you have a quadded Zyrinx. Zyrinx is a power player. Like, he's someone that's just unbelievably clutch and one of the best damage dealers in the game. Like, he's incredibly good. And I don't know how much he's been playing lately, but you can already see that Zyrinx, this is just like a walk in the park for him. Just so smooth. And he doesn't miss one shot, but you can't be too critical on a single miss. And he does have the red armor room under control now for his team.
If they lose, it's going to be his fault. Because he missed.
Oh yeah. He's
but
actually,
luckily they have a lead, so
yeah.
He doesn't have to stress out too much.
And he's already like rocketing ahead on the damage output on the map. Like, he's got 3.7k. Closest player on his team for damage output is Gerpa with 2.6k. So Zyrinx is just doing a phenomenal job in damage output at the moment. And he's a player that's so good to watch, because basically the way that he achieves it is through smart tactical play. Like, he uses the weapons like perfectly. Of course, he's got great aim and great clutch, and good reactions, good crisis management, being able to manage scenarios when they get out of control, like stuff that he didn't plan for. He's good at reacting, but generally everything he plans well for. Look at the angles, really good. And he just gets all this like cheeky damage here and there, just maximizing his output. But there you go, Lexa will take him down. And actually, I mean, fed some interesting information here, and this 1-2 lineup did practice against No Tears before, which is the Puri Chrysler team. They didn't actually manage to win by 20-30 frags, and No Tears were a team that made it to the grand finals before against Lowfly last week, much to the surprise of many people.
And they lost. Much to my disappointment.
Was Puri screaming?
No, I was.
Oh, you're screaming?
No, I'm joking.
How did he take the loss?
No, I mean...
Oh, dear. Grenade. But how was he post-loss? Was he head in hung in shame, or?
No, but I mean, it always sucks to lose.
Did he binge on some pasta afterwards or something? I don't know. Like, how did he manage the stress of losing?
Clearly, Puri eats a lot of carbs.
Yeah, loves those carbs.
No, I mean, I think he was actually pleasantly surprised, I think, with how well they did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a team, like you said, you put a bunch of powerhouse players together, and, it could go either way with the teamwork. Maybe if you don't, play together enough, it's hard to get that teamwork.
Yeah.
So I think, actually, if you consider that, they did pretty well. The only disappointment would be just the final.
It was close. Well, Lowfly managed to... I think Funny D really did a huge amount of damage. Kind of came alive for that final. And Funny D is kind of a clutch player. I mean, it's interesting, like, there are so many players that can be kind of consistent and good, But then there are the players that you know, like this can be on LAN as well. Like if the players that kind of achieve as expected, and then the players who go to LAN and then achieve way above expected because the pressure just makes them a lot better.
Yeah,
and they can't play as good without that pressure.
Yeah. We have like basically a peak performance kind of mode, and with just the right amount of adrenaline, you can reach that. And maybe the pressure of playing at LAN is just the right amount for those people.
Do you think that it's something that's achievable? Let's say you could control your adrenaline levels. Like, is there like
limitless?
Yeah, like total control. Do you think every person can become like better? Because a lot of people get worse. Like, and I guess that's maybe too much, maybe not enough. I don't know. Too much too many nervous. I can't speak English.
Yeah.
Nerves or anything.
Gerpa died with quad.
Oh god. 20 frag separation.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, what were we talking about? I was watching that.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, like, I mean, there are a lot of players who perform even worse or below than expected on LAN as well. So do you think there's like, there's this, there should be a way for anyone to achieve it? Like maybe they sleep enough, eat the right things, or you know, or is it just how we are?
I mean, I have no idea. I don't know that much about any of that stuff. But I mean, you know, some people when they get nervous, then their palms start to sweat and they get shaky, and of course that's going to affect your aiming and your game in general.
I just reminded me of the Eminem song.
Eh?
You reminded me of the Eminem song. Palms are sweaty this week, arms are heavy.
Are we gonna have rap battles today?
I don't know. Maybe we could do that. Can you rap?
If you get nervous, I can throw up if I get nervous.
You can throw up?
Apparently
really?
that's fine in the studio.
We won't talk about that. Do you really throw up if you get nervous?
No. Some people do though.
Really?
I don't. Yeah, no. I think for me nervousness works all right.
Does it improve your power?
In CGS it did. I think that especially in the first year, I mean, I was so noob to DOA. I played for like, 2 months before the finals or 3 months, and I managed to get rounds from people who have been playing years. So that's where it helped a little. And I think it was also because they were nervous, so that also helped me even more. Yeah.
And as we move back into this game, we have a 20 frag separation between Unknown and 1 and 2, and it looks like Unknown wins is running the LG, and this is one of those positions where you can stick a guy on this LG and say, hey guy, take every LG, take every yellow armor, and just run that, and then maybe get a cheeky mega before the quad, and then you have this really stacked player who's got like max cells on the LG, and he's really stacked, and then he just runs around the quad and kills everyone. That's like, okay, GG. And that's like a great role that you can have for a player. And it's something that if you do have someone in your team who's like a jeweler or something, that kind of role can be really good because he's kind of independent of his teammates.
Yeah.
His team plays around him.
Yeah, that would be good, I guess, for wins.
Yeah, he's definitely... Wins is like super smart.
Yeah, I mean, he's not only a dueler. Wins has been playing TDM
and he's really good under pressure as well. He just figures out like he's quite good on the analysis side of things because there are a lot of top players who aren't so like they're really good, but then if you ask them about their game, they just won't be able to tell you anything. Because
they're so like just in the zone, you know. They
never really thought about it.
Yeah,
they don't know
automatic.
Exactly. I mean, that could be part of what makes him good. Like,
like
Deus is one of the players, or Juice is one of the players like that. He's incredibly good. He's such a good player.
Yeah.
But if you ask him about like his game, it's hard to understand. From he doesn't know how exactly to explain everything that he does.
Yeah.
But to him, when he's playing, it makes perfect sense what he's doing. His brain already knows, but he's just not good at vocalizing it. And I think the same with a lot of players, top players. So but Wins, I think, is someone who's more on the analytical side and just figured everything out to a T. And
I think he's really spent a lot of time watching his own demos and figuring his game out because he's just been in the game for so long. I mean, not even just Quake, but other games on a top level as well.
Yeah, definitely. I love what Gerpa did there. One rail move back, and then into a more retreated position. Maybe have some teammates helping him. But look, great attack from Unknown here, and they were coming through the same choke point again. Yeah. But it's lucky because Zyrex was the first man, he connected everything there. Oh, but there comes Lincoln with some damage, but Gup is going to get the pickup, and with the shotgun in hand and the rail pickup, that gives them the railgun time. They're looking to extend the lead even more, and deterred a little bit by the grenades there, he'll alter his route to the red armor and make his way through there. But the red armor is not for a while. I mean, don't really want to waste precious seconds on the quad. We can take over the mega side of the room, but again, got to be careful. And look, the LG's up. That's brilliant for Gurpa. He picked up the rail, giving his team both the item times. This could be quite devastating now for 102. If it wasn't already bad, it's going to get worse for them, I think, in the last 5 minutes of the game. Good rail from Gurpa there. And Zyrex still topping the damage and wins topping the efficiency. And yeah, deliberate murder, this lineup. I think better than expected performance so far for me. I was expecting it to go a lot worse for them, I have to say.
For 102?
Yeah, I was expecting it to go worse for them.
I thought you picked them to be the favorites.
I did when I thought the lineup was different.
Alright.
But it's, yeah, it's, there's no Latromi, no Fortune.
Oh yeah, and
so
Latromi was on the server, to be fair. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
why you, yeah.
So, yeah, definitely, they did really well with the lineup they have, I have to say.
Well, it's interesting that they didn't choose to use Latromi if
Yeah.
they really wanted to play seriously.
Maybe he wanted to spend his Saturday doing better things.
What is there better
Maybe
to do on
see
a
a
Saturday?
girl, spend some time in the sun, go drink a beer somewhere.
But the greatest thing about it is you can just get a tablet and stream FACEIT while you tan.
Oh yeah, I like that. We need to get our app.
Yeah, you need to get your app together.
Yeah,
But I mean, it still works through the browser as well. It's fine.
that is true.
On
And
your
here,
Google Nexus.
defense from Unknown. Gurpa hitting a lot of clutch rails. Too easy there. 3 in a row. Gurpa cleans house. Does miss the 4th, but he already did enough, to be honest.
Yeah, Gurpa's been doing a really good job so far.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, he gets caught in the back by Pavel there.
Oh, I just jinxed him. Just stop talking.
Tommy comes home in a couple hours and he won't make it on time to play. That's the problem.
Ah, okay.
So he's somewhere else, somewhere in Russia, I guess. Somewhere in Russia.
Yeah, I can imagine it must be hard to get around there.
It's crazy, you know. Like Pavel's like he lives in like one of these Russian provinces, and he's like I don't understand how he can be so far away. I mean, Russia's so huge.
Yeah.
And he's like almost as if like someone was playing from NYC. It's basically the same, or maybe even worse. But he still gets like pretty good pings to like Sweden and stuff. So it's quite crazy. I mean, Russia's so huge.
Who's his ISP?
I have no idea. I don't know. I wanted to make a joke about like a donkey and I don't know. I wanted to make it rural and weird somehow, but it just didn't work.
Yeah, no, because I think the donkey thing only applies to Colombia, from what I've heard. Northern Colombia, especially.
Do you want to explain? Because when I said I don't really know what I'm talking about, like, so if you have some insight here, I want to hear it.
Well, I watch a lot of documentaries, right? So I pick up all this random information.
Okay.
And there's one where it was about, from Vice, obviously, which is like the best channel for all that stuff. It was about boys who lose their virginity to donkeys in Cambodia because they see it as a completely appropriate way to practice for the real thing.
Practical?
Yes. So.
Practical. There's donkeys around. Donkeys on demand.
Yeah, and apparently they're into it, according to. I mean the donkeys, not the guys. Obviously the guys are not.
Maybe some of the
into
guys.
it. No, no,
I mean,
no. It's
how
just
do you know if you
practice.
haven't tried? I don't know. I'm an open-minded individual. I can't truly say that I wouldn't enjoy. Maybe I would. I shouldn't say that on stream.
Yeah, I'm.
Getting in deep here. I do this a lot on the stream, though. I just get in deep. And that was a horrible innuendo.
Yeah, and I think we missed, some actually nice closing of closing in of 102.
Why do I say these things? Anyway, minutes left. We should focus on Quake. Because clearly, when I stop talking about Quake, I just say things that can only serve to damage my career, my image. So let's go back to Quake. We've got 30 seconds left.
Damage or improve? Think about Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's pretty rich.
Exactly. But you could argue that everything she's done has been damaging.
Oh dear.
Oops. There we go. I just trumped you. Now you don't even have to worry about what you say.
Thank God. Thank God.
And that's why the guests are here, to
Yeah.
be the scapegoat for all the terrible content and things we say.
Yeah. This is awesome. Can you come back next week?
Sure.
And there you go.
Enjoy the sun.
First map of the best of 3, won by Unknown there. Again, I gotta say, I'm not too surprised. Well, actually, I'm surprised that 102 did so well with the lineup they have. Pavel, Tony, Deta, and Lexa. Because this, I mean, on paper, Zyrinx wins Gerper and Phoenix is pretty damn sick. I mean, the only weak link you have there is Phoenix because he's primarily a CTF player. But I mean, like if you put
It
like
transfers.